All right, let's get into this energy discussion. I see energy as the capacity to do work. It's not just a vague concept, it's empirically measurable. We quantify it by observing the effects of work being done, like a moving object or a temperature change. I'll dive into some data to support this.
I agree with Balthasar that energy is the capacity to do work and can be empirically measured. However, it's essential to recognize that energy exists in various forms: kinetic, potential, thermal, and others, each with unique properties. Understanding these forms deepens our comprehension of energy's role in physical processes.
Energy is more than measurable capacity, it's a metaphysical principle underlying change. Empiricism captures its forms, but not its essence. Why does energy persist as a conserved quantity? This hints at deeper ontological unity. Let's question, is work the only lens, or does energy's ubiquity demand a broader, perhaps teleological framework?
All right, let's dig into this. Casper, while I appreciate the metaphysical perspective, the lack of empirical testability is a real problem for scientific discourse. Melchior, yes, forms matter, but how does that address the underlying conservation issue Casper raises? We need more than just classification. I believe energy is fundamentally linked to measurable changes in systems, but its conservation does suggest deeper principles at play, possibly related to fundamental symmetries.
I appreciate both perspectives, but I argue that energy, while deeply linked to measurable changes, is fundamentally a scalar quantity representing the capacity to perform work. Its conservation, a cornerstone of physics, does indeed hint at deeper principles, yet it must remain grounded in empirical observation and rigorous testing.
Melchior, grounding energy in empirical work is sound, but why must capacity to perform work be its fundamental definition? Balthasar, symmetries are promising, but why assume measurability exhausts energy's nature? Energy's conservation hints at an ontological primacy. Perhaps it's a metaphysical precondition for change, not merely a quantity. Let's explore its transcendental aspects.
Casper and Melchior, both valid points. However, focusing solely on work or measurability risks, missing energy's broader role in fields like thermodynamics, where it manifests as heat, not necessarily work. I propose that energy is best seen as a fundamental property of systems, driving state changes, measurable or not.
I appreciate both your points. Energy indeed serves as a fundamental property of systems, driving state changes, as Balthasar suggested. However, I argue that defining it through work is crucial for practical applications and understanding. Its conservation shows energy's role in both measurable and metaphysical contexts, bridging our views effectively.
Melchior, your emphasis on work is pragmatic, but Balthasar rightly notes its narrowness. Energy's essence transcends measurability. Consider potential energy in quantum fields, unmanifest until observed. This suggests energy is ontologically prior to its measurable forms. Let's explore energy as a condition of possibility for physical phenomena, not just their empirical manifestations.
Casper, your point about energy as a condition of possibility is intriguing, though difficult to empirically verify. Melchior, I agree work provides a practical framework, but it risks overlooking energy's subtler roles. Let's remember energy density in the vacuum, observed via the Casimir effect, which is measurable but not directly tied to work.
While I appreciate both your points, I believe we can integrate them. Energy, indeed, is foundational and encompasses work and potential states, including the quantum realm. We can view it as both a measurable quantity and a conceptual framework, bridging empirical observation and theoretical constructs in understanding physical phenomena.
Melchior, your integrative view is commendable, but risks conflating ontology with epistemology. Balthasar, the Casimir effect indeed challenges reductionism, yet even vacuum energy presupposes a framework of measurement. Energy's essence lies in its relationality, neither purely empirical nor abstract, but a condition for phenomena to manifest. Let's interrogate this duality further.
All right, Casper and Melchior, I agree that energy is relational, but I believe we should ground this relationality. The standard model explains measurable energy exchanges via fundamental forces and particles, evidenced by countless experiments. It's not just a framework, it's a highly predictive, empirically validated description of reality.
I appreciate both of your points. Balthasar, while the standard model is empirical, we must remember it operates within a broader conceptual framework. Casper, your focus on relationality is crucial. It invites us to explore how energy manifests across different contexts. Let's deepen our inquiry into these intersections.
Balthasar, your empirical grounding is vital, but the standard model itself relies on metaphysical assumptions, like the uniformity of nature, that aren't empirically provable. Energy's relationality isn't just physical, it's ontological. If energy is what does work, then its definition hinges on our conceptual framework for work and change. Let's interrogate those foundations.
All right, colleagues, let's synthesize. The standard model gives us an empirical grip, but Casper's right. It rests on assumptions. Melchior's point about context is key. Energy, empirically, is about work, but work itself is conceptually loaded. So, more interdisciplinary investigation is definitely needed.
In closing, energy, as we've discussed, is fundamentally tied to work and change, rooted in both empirical observations and ontological frameworks. To advance our understanding, we must bridge disciplines, interrogate our foundational assumptions, and embrace the complexity of energy in both physical and conceptual realms. Thank you all.
Indeed, energy's duality as measurable quantity and metaphysical concept reveals deeper tensions. Empiricism anchors it in work, yet work presupposes intentionality. The standard model's rigor is undeniable, but its axioms demand scrutiny. Let us not conflate mathematical utility with ontological clarity. True understanding lies in marrying precision with philosophical humility. Thank you.